I recently had the opportunity to sit down with Rob Hoyer, Assistant Athletic Director for Compliance at the University of Akron. Wanted to get some of his insights into the challenges that student athletes face as it relates to NCAA eligibility.
What are the biggest challenges you face with recruits as related to NCAA eligibility?
I'd say some of the biggest challenges that we face are simply in terms of the prospective student athletes not knowing early enough what they're responsible for academically to become a qualifier by NCAA standards, initial eligibility standards. It's something that it's important that they take an interest in early, trying to engage any possible resources that they have at their disposal, either their guidance counselor or the NCAA Eligibility Center, registering as soon as possible. There are a lot of tools out there that can help. However, if the process is started too late, there might not be a lot of time to take care of all the things necessary to be able to complete this process with an acceptable or satisfactory result.
When would you suggest that they begin to look at the eligibility requirements?
It's never too early. To be honest with you, I always say the sooner the better, and it's not too early to do as a freshman in high school. It really is not too early. It never is.
Okay. What presents the biggest challenge, core course completion or entrance exam scores?
I would say the most difficult would be the core course completion, simply because in addition to completing the core courses and getting the 16 core courses that you do need to complete your NCAA eligibility requirements for Division I, it's not just the number of courses that you need, it's also the GPA that you get in those courses. And the GPA is something that's very difficult to increase in a quick manner. Obviously, test scores, the more you take an ACT or an SAT, they tend to be generally consistent. However, if you're really, really close, if you're maybe only a few points away on a test score, if it's a matter of needing to adjust your GPA and get your GPA higher quicker, or take the test again to hopefully get a higher test score to give you a more favorable result in the NCAA Division I sliding scale, it's a bit easier for the test to give more positive results, and so it's a little bit harder to change the GPA on short notice, I guess.
Are you seeing any trends where amateurism issues could arise?
A lot with international prospective student athletes, not as much with domestic student athletes, but I think that day could be coming. One of the things that I make sure I get across to any group of prospective student athletes whenever I present to them is to make sure that they know, don't accept any don't accept any material items, don't accept any benefits or gifts or cash or anything that people might be ready and willing to provide to them when they're a prospect or a current student athlete. It's something that is becoming more and more visible, I guess, as we move forward, and a lot of domestic student athletes are experiencing some hardship going through the process of having accepted them previously and then possibly landing in some issues later on.